Hello and welcome back to another Dragoborne video. Today I'm really excited to talk about the pre-release weekend that's coming up, the set 2 spoilers that we've seen so far, and some really exciting stuff in set 3. So let's dig right into it. If you're not aware, with the pre-release event, you'll get a exclusive promo, the Caretaker, which again is the only place you can get it. And if you want to play what I am jokingly calling the Maids deck, which is the homunculus deck, that is going to be really, really good, or at least I think it will be, because it has the ability to draw so many cards per turn and has a way to give your entire team +3/+3 to make them huge, that you're going to want this card. When it attacks, it gets +3 endurance, so it's going to make it really difficult to kill early on when your opponent's trying to block, and if they do block, you get to stand it, so it gets to play on defense. I won't spend a lot of time talking about this deck, but it will absolutely be a list that we cover in the future, so I really hope that you guys will look forward to that, because I love tribal decks and I'm really excited to brew that one together. The other thing I want to talk about is the exclusive playmat. Now this is going to go to top 2 participants, where everyone gets a promo and then the winner gets a foil of the promo, so it would be for each 8-man pod. That's what they'd get, and then top 2 get this playmat. What I really like about this is, one, it's a water card, so obviously I'm going to like that, and it does have the zones for the deck, the discard, and the dice zone, which is also interesting. So that's not something that we've seen on a lot of mats previously, but there is a designated dice zone, so it is something to use. So I do like it a little bit better than the normal mats that you can get. Moving on from there, I want to talk about the spoilers that we have. So first off, you'll look at the artist. Don't really say much more than that, because I am super excited for it. But Kane, the Bane of Humans. Now, not only is this artwork obviously sweet, it is a 4-drop 6/1, which is insane for aggressive decks. When your other creatures is destroyed, draw a card. So yes, please, yet again, when you have those early drops that you want to see dead anyways. So you have the Executioner from set 1, which is a 2/1 deadly that, again, hint, hint, you don't care if it dies. It's going to take something with it, and that's a perfect tool to pair this with. And then when this creature is destroyed, you can discard 2 cards from your hand to bring it back. Yes, it comes back rust. That's fine. And it has the ability to double break, which becomes a 7/2 in this case when you put a dice on it. So what's so important about this is that there's surprisingly amount of cards that say you want to discard this for an effect. For those that play Hearthstone, there's a very similar mechanic where there's a discard Warlock deck, if you will, where, hey, if you discard this card, you just get to play it for free. Well, guess what? Dragoborne has it as well, and it gets to come into play from this effect itself. So we have this really solid, aggressive, play multiple things for free kind of shell that's in black that I'm really excited to see where black aggressive decks can be. So many people are focused on the Black Dragon, which, don't get me wrong at all, I think it's the best double R in the next set. I'm imagining that everyone else will either is already on that hype train or will be on it very shortly after Nationals. But I think that this is going to be another one that's I haven't heard any hype about this card at all, honestly. And you know what, I could be totally wrong, I could be completely off base, but I do think there's a very aggressive, probably a red, black, green, because of how important anti-ambush is in the next set, but I think there's absolutely going to be an aggressive deck for this card. Moving on, another one that I'm personally excited for. Again, I sucker for tribal decks, I've probably made that clear by now, but Elves. Voice of the Living World. Now this does play into more of the kind of big green strategy, which if you have a lot of elves, they're all 2, and I think the highest one's a 4-drop outside the ambush right now. So the being able to reduce the cost by 1 for green elves might not be that important for the first effect. It's any creature that if you cross it, which is likely what you want to do, reduces it by 2. But there's other things like Terrarax that you want to just play even earlier, because why not? So if you're behind, you can play this. There's other cards you just want to be playing earlier on curve. I would love to play the Remus for 4 off of this, so yes, absolutely yes. I think there's a lot of synergy that's they have with this card that's just not being talked about. And what I love is that the Drago Cross ability is any dice, so it doesn't have to be green. You can run a 3-color deck, you can run a green-green-yellow deck, which has a lot of synergy, or I'd run green-yellow-yellow based on some cards, but you know, you can break it off into 2 colors if you really want to. There's a lot of value in doing it, because with this next set, it's very much focused on allied card effects. So you see green and yellow being paired together, and also black and red. So I think that's something to absolutely watch out for. And then we got this little magical note, is set 3, kind of a preview. So set 3 will be called Gears of the Apocalypse, which, again, between all of these, Machine's my favorite. I don't think that it's going to be good right out of the gate, but there's this 10 drop machine that attacks everything at once, and I really want it to work, so I'm certainly going to try. But this next set's going to be all around machines, it looks like, and we do have the Gears of Apocalypse Battlegrounds. I want to stress this again because we have the first one for Oath of Blood, which will be in December. Gears of Apocalypse Battleground will be in March, and these are basically like game days from Magic the Gathering. So you're getting promos. It's going to have a special mat, which we haven't seen the one for Oath of Blood yet, but I'm assuming it's going to be really sweet. And it's just another premier level event for your store. So again, if you haven't talked to your LGS yet, maybe you just bought a couple boxes, maybe you just got the trial decks, talk to them about this and get these free events for your stores. It's awesome to help drive players in and will build the community that you have. So absolutely look into both of these. It's not too late to sign up for the Battleground. I'm pretty sure there's like 1 or 2 more weeks by the time of this recording will go out where you can still sign up and get that support from Bushiroad. So absolutely do it. Get players into the store and get them excited about this game. The last thing I want to cover is the Nature's Wrath. This is the Volume 5 or the 5th trial deck for Dragoborne, and as the little insert out there has, it's dropped right there down below, is that it's green, green, yellow. Every deck up until this point has been 3 colors, but now we're finally going to see just the 2. And this is what I was kind of hinting at earlier, where elves have been really strong in green, and there's a lot of cards that have, if it's a green creature itself, if you have a yellow, do this. If you have 2 yellow, do this. So it's like, all right, we're building up into this synergy. I really like it, and now we're going to be getting a trial deck that's going to push that even further. So I am really excited to see where they keep going with this game. I am personally very excited and clearly invested in it because I absolutely love this game. I think it is a blast to play, and the design aspect that they have of it, we've seen the allied card effects. We're seeing so much more Siphon effects in this next set. We're seeing Siphon X abilities where it's going to let you like look at the top cards. You can pick one when it attacks if it's a picked card you draw it. There's a lot of different things that they're doing with this, and the dice, I know the dice is such a aspect of the game where people are like, oh, it has dice, I don't want to really look at it, but it is so much focused in this game as not only a shield that you want, but it's an additional resource. You have to figure out what creature you want to put it on for the Drago Cross ability. You have to decide which siphoning effects that you want to use in your deck to use those dice. Because again, now the luck aspect of it, if you will, is that for siphon effects you have to pay the full cost. But if you go from a, it's a siphon 2, you have a 2 dice you don't care about, you roll that 2 to a 0, pay for the cost, get the effect, and some of those siphon effects only cost 1, 2, or 3 and are very strong. So I absolutely love what Bushiroad is doing in terms of making it a little bit more mechanic focused around the dice and strictly a resource. So it's going to be a very interesting game to try to play. And I'm really nervous for Nationals actually, because it's like, do I put it as a shield? Do I use it for the siphon effect, which is going to help me, 1 or 2 turns down the road? Is this siphon effect that's going to let me get in this point of damage right now really worth it, and maybe making my opponent, have to waste an attack where they could just have a spell that just breaks the shield anyways? Maybe there's so much more you have to think about now with set 2 that it's going to make it really difficult to crack in the week. I think it's 6 days between the set release and Nationals, but it's going to be a blast. I love playing this game. I can't stress that enough. So I hope you guys will talk to your LGS about this game. If you haven't already, maybe you have the Battlegrounds coming up. I really hope you'll look into the pre-release, ask around, call around, see if anyone's doing the pre-release. I know those promos are going to be sought after, and not everyone's getting a pre-release that maybe wants to. So at the minimum, you can sell those promos for a good amount. If you get the foil, I can't imagine it goes less than $10, $15. So there's a good amount of way to get your money back, and the mat will probably be $20, $25 too. So there's that aspect of it. Well, you can get the return on investment, if you will, can be absolutely be there as well. So I hope you liked this video, guys. Again, just a really quick info update talking about all the exciting stuff that's coming up. If you liked it, drop a like, comment down below what your favorite card out of Oath of Blood spoiler is. If you haven't looked at it yet, you can go on Dragoborne's website and see the full visual spoiler for both the set and the trial deck. And of course, make sure to subscribe for future Dragoborne content. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and we'll catch you in the next 6 Sages Gaming video. Have a good one. This video made possible thanks to the Patreon support of viewers such as yourself. Thank you to our honorary sages.